Because he had an honest and easily fooled face, two robbers chose to walk into his coffee shop just before closing time. The old man quickly realized that these two weren't up to anything good. When the female employee brought out a lemon pie, Tom acted as if nothing was wrong and told her to finish up the day and head home as usual. But he never imagined that the kind of robbery he had only seen in the news would unfold right before his eyes today. Seeing the situation, Tom quickly said the cash in the shop wasn't much, and that they could take it all if they wanted. But unexpectedly, the robbers pulled out a handgun in response. When Tom still looked like he was resisting, the older man told his accomplice to do something to the female employee. However, they didn't realize that the coffee shop owner, who seemed so unassuming, might be far tougher than they expected. Tom quickly reached toward his waist, but his reflexes were slower than the old man's. The next moment, the older man drew a knife and stabbed it into Tom's foot. This action, however, only enraged Tom. Although the feeling of the knife stabbing through his foot was painful, he instinctively turned around, and after confirming that the man was dead, he finally relaxed. When he looked at the robber's head, which had been blown apart by bullets, the usually mild-mannered coffee shop owner seemed unusually calm. In just under a minute, he had cleanly and decisively dealt with both violent robbers. But Tom had no idea what terrifying consequences this incident would bring him. Soon, his name and the dramatic story of his self-defense were splashed across the headlines of major TV stations. However, for some reason, Tom didn't feel happy about it at all. Then, his wife, Eddie, brought some good news. Not only had his story appeared on TV, but it was also being praised on the front page of the newspaper. The reports hailed him as a local hero, praising not only his combat skills, but also his role as a rare figure of heroism in their small town. The more Eddie was excited for him, the more uneasy Tom felt. When he was discharged from the hospital, the streets outside were filled with people. Facing the townspeople's praise and applause, Tom could only stand there with a forced smile. But what he didn't expect was that, even when he returned home, he still couldn't truly settle down.